Morning, it's Lynda Cromar. I wanted to share something important. Now, I have been working with a system and a program which I helped design that helps you learn how to truly work with people on on Facebook through the internet in a very, very simple way. And just in a few hours, we're going to have another program that's going to come out that's going to be even in more detail and complete training that is going to be available to you. And I wanted to share some thoughts with you. Now, if you think about it, if you actually scroll through, like, this is a new group I've just barely joined, and one of the things that I notice is that what is it that people are attracted to? You can tell by the way people decide to post how they are going to attract people. Now, I don't know anything about this Patricia right here, but if you look down a little further, you're going to see some other things. No, this isn't too bad, though. Actually, this one isn't as spammy as some. But one thing I want to ask you, though, you see all the time people talk about launch, brand new. But you know what? There's only so many real skills that you must learn in order to be successfully building any kind of business on the internet, whether it is what I share or something else. It doesn't matter whether it's a network marketing company or whether it is something else. But one thing I just wrote just now right here on my own Facebook profile is I used to chase people. I really did. I used to call them on the phone. I used to chase them all the time. And it was never a very pleasant situation. Now, just a few minutes ago, this is nearly noon in Mountain Time where I live, and I just barely got done with responding to all the people that have asked me about my business. Yes, actually asked me about what I'm sharing. And there's a specific way of the way we're doing this that makes that possible. And I want to share that with you, but only if you ask. There's the whole deal. You get people coming to you. You get people asking you. And when they ask you, they are a more qualified lead than if you come to them and ask them to look. Even if you ask them in the very possibly nicest possible way, most of the time they're not interested, because if you think about walking into a store, and I know all of you do this, when we walk into any department store or any Walmart or anything, now I don't see a lot of clerks that just come up and ask if they can help you, but most of the time when they ask to help you and you know that they're going to get paid because of that, you're kind of like, give me some space here. I want to figure it out for myself. I want to look around a little bit. I want to make my own decisions, and I don't want to be pushed. Isn't that what most people say? Yeah, I don't want to be pushed. And so when we're pushing our links out there to people, like is going on constantly on Facebook. I mean, if you look at the stream, it's constant. And this is my own ads I'm sharing. And of course, there's things on here that are good that I'm seeing all the time, because I'm kind of watching my timeline. Okay, here's somebody that's pushing their own business. And there's nothing here that attracts me, because what he's talking about is something I don't even know what he's talking about, actually. I mean, that doesn't attract me. But what would attract you? What would make you say yes? It would be if somebody said, I have something you want, and you have to come ask me for it. Totally different kind of energy when people ask you. And I'm not kidding. I have a message full. If I were to come down here and show you, see, there are people already asking and saying, and they're all going out there. And they're, like, for instance, Roy here is asking about a new program we're about to launch in a few minutes, but he's hearing it, but he's not hearing me tell him directly. In fact, I'm saying, you have to come to me and ask. Permission marketing, when you do it that way, is very, very powerful and very, very attractive. Like, for instance, if you go into a store and you know what you want, but you don't know where it is, and you go up to a store clerk and you say, will you show me where such and such is? Then you're asking him to help you, and you want to know where it is, and you want to look at it, and you probably will make a purchase that day. Totally different energy when you do it that way than when you constantly share your product and service out there. I mean, I don't have very much of it out here where you can see it. But I mean, when people, because what's showing up on mine is actually a lot of people that I do want to see on my own thing here. And the reason why being is because I've tailored my news feed to show people that I want to see, to show people that I want to talk to. And this is so attractive when you do it that way. I mean, I've got ads on here. That's because, you know, people are targeting certain people. But when you look at, like, for instance, a picture like this, isn't that attractive? That's him with his family going to Disneyland. Isn't that something that you want to see? You don't want to see, or she's talking about her waffles at home. I'm not sure what that story is about, but I'd have to check. But if you wanted to see a whole bunch of spammy messages, you would look for them, right? And we're not looking for that. So in the same sense, I'm not looking for, you know, nobody's looking for your product or service, but when you turn around and say, this is how it'll help you, and you can come and ask me about it, but you're not going to get it unless you ask. And you don't put a link out there, so they have to come ask. It's a totally different energy. My ads are not, there's no links on them, so they can't find out without asking. And when you do it that way, it's more attractive. Now, I'm not giving you away the goods unless you join me in this little product we've got, because for heaven's sakes, it's just so fun and easy. And you get paid every Monday, and that's pretty fun to get paid every Monday. So come and ask me, and I'll share.